What's up, YouTube? I'm back in the still standing garage. Now that the hinges are off on both sides of the car, I'm gonna start prepping all the jams so I could get them ready for paint. I'm gonna remove this stuff right here. I'm also gonna remove the weather stripping here. This one's all busted. I am gonna replace that one later on. And then I'm also gonna remove this stuff right here, this right here. I'm leaving the striker on there. I'm removing this part right here. So I gotta vacuum all this up, clean it up, and clean it up with some soap and water. I'm also gonna start prepping all these areas inside of here so I could paint all of them at the same time. I'm gonna hit this up, clean all this stuff up, remove some of this stuff here so I could get to it and start painting it nicely. I'm also gonna prep the door jambs so that way I could paint those as well at the same time. And also inside the trunk area, the jam there, I'm gonna start prepping that for paint. So stay tuned, let's keep it moving. Alright, YouTube, so now that everything's all removed and ready to go, I'm going to go ahead and vacuum all these areas up, remove all that dust. And I'm also going to hit all those pockets in there. Whatever I could reach with the vacuum, I'm going to hit it. And then I also have my bucket of water here and soap and my little brush here ready to go. So I can start hitting these areas up. Let's keep it moving. Let's go. Alright, YouTube, now that it's all cleaned up and it's ready to go, I'm going to start hitting it with some of this red Scotch-Brite. I'm going to hit the whole door jamb with it. So let's keep it moving. Right now I'm scuffing it all up. It looks like it's almost done on all these areas here. What I end up doing is on these areas here where there's some of that overspray from the primer when the doors were on and I sprayed and you know the overspray went inside the gap there. I'm gonna sand these up with some 220 sandpaper so I could get them nice and scuffed up, and then I'll go ahead and hit it with the maroon Scotch-Brite. I still have to do all this bottom piece right here. And then another thing is that as I'm sanding, I'm over here thinking and looking at all these areas here. Like you look at this bolt here, I'm over here thinking about, you know what, I'm gonna take it off because I want to paint that black, and it'll be pretty cool if the rest of it is blue, like the color that the car's gonna go. All these right here, but then I'm thinking to myself, like I'm overthinking it way too much because this isn't a show car. If you guys remember, I'm just building this car to just drive the shit out of it, and I just want to paint it, have a decent paint job. But I'm going too far into the extreme of trying to get all this looking real nice. But I'm gonna drive the shit out of it. I really don't care much for making it like perfect. You know what I mean? I already went and messed up and took off the weather stripping that goes here. There's a bracket that goes on here. I took that off too, but I shouldn't have done that. It's way too much. You know, I'm spending too much time trying to make it look super perfect. I mean, all these areas here, if you look, there's no rust. Everything looks perfect. I mean, and I should have took it off if there was damage there for me to fix, but there's no damage at all. I mean, nothing's gonna rust there because the paint's still good. So let me show you what I'm talking about when it comes to that bracket. I put it back here. But yeah, so this is the weather stripping. It goes inside of the bracket here, and then it bolts onto the car. That's what goes on there. Let me show you on the driver's side. So on the driver's side, if you see, this is where the weather stripping goes. That's that bracket I just showed you, and it gets screwed onto the body. So on this one, I just took off the weather stripping and left the bracket on there. I should have done that to the passenger side, but like I said, I got carried away. I'm over here trying to make it look like super perfect. It shouldn't be that because I'm not trying to build a show car, like I said. So I got to get back on it so I can move this along and get it ready for 2021. At least, you know, summertime, I want to get this car out there and start driving the shit out of it. Let's keep it moving. Like I said, I'm going to hit this with 220, hit it with the maroon Scotch-Brite, and then move on to the rest of it over here. Let's go. Looking at sanding all this right now, and then I noticed that there's these plugs inside of this pocket, so I'm gonna be able to remove this whole piece, the whole harness here, and put it off to the side. It will make it a lot easier for sanding and painting. So I wanted to show you guys that before I got started. Scuffed up. I did hit these areas with 220 grit, the areas that had deeper scratches. That's why you can see that there. And then I hit it with the red Scotch-Brite, as you guys saw. There's a couple more scratches in here somewhere, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna leave it alone. And then I did hit all the bottom, like you guys saw, the bottom, and then over here it's ready to go. I'm gonna do the driver's side off camera because it's pretty much the same thing as this here. So I don't need to show you guys that. And then also I bought this little roller seat here from Harbor Freight. It made a big difference instead of me being on my knees. So if you guys wanna go get you one, it's pretty cheap. I forgot how much I paid for it, but it's pretty cheap. Stay tuned for part 2 where I start hitting all these areas here, inside of here, and I also start hitting inside the trunk, and then I also start hitting the doors, getting those ready for paint. Hopefully I get to those pretty soon and start painting these. And then also, if you guys don't follow me on Instagram, hit up my Instagram. I post there on the daily as I move along on the car. So if you guys want to check it out, go ahead and follow me on there if you're not already. Then also, guys, if you guys want to see some more of the Regal, let me know. Got some parts right here for the Regal. Nothing major. Got some parts here. I'll continue working on the Monte, but if you guys want to see more of that Regal, let me know. Also, guys, if you guys want to support the channel, go ahead and hit up the Still Standing store. Get you some merch, and you could also get entered to win the 13s. Remember, that giveaway is still going on. That giveaway is not over till January 30th. And then the winner will be announced February 6th. So just a quick reminder on that. Hit up the store, hit up the tienda. Let's go.